Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Karen and I do a lot of books, lifestyle and fashion content. If any of that is of interest to you, make sure to hit the subscribe button. In this video, I'm going to be dividing it into two parts. So the first part is going to be my 2022 TBR list. And I mentioned in a video previously that I had a goal to read 100 books this year. When I'm done mentioning all the books on this video, you may notice there's not actually 100 books on this list, and that's because I'm leaving some space for like books that may come up and books that I might want to pick up throughout the year. So I'm not going to just like restrict myself to creating a list of 100 books right now. So that's the first part of the video. I'm only going to be mentioning title and author, so I don't want to go into too much detail, because then the second part of the video is going to be me unboxing my new Kindle. I've never had a Kindle before, so it's going to be a brand new experience for me. I just got the Kindle Paperwhite, so the most affordable one, because I didn't want to like spend a lot of money on a Kindle, because I do have an iPad, I have a phone, I have a laptop and all that, so it didn't really make sense to, you know, spend too much for the new Kindle that came out or anything like that. If my hair looks a little bit weird, that's because I just washed it and I was too lazy to dry it. I did do my makeup for you guys, so there's that. And I'm wearing this sweater that I thrifted from Goodwill that just kind of gives me like collegiate, academia, you know, vibes. And I'm obsessed with it. And let's get right into the video. So first, I'm gonna be showing you all the books that I do have like physically. A lot of these books I think you can find on Kindle, the ones that I'm not going to be showing you the physical copy, and if not, then you can probably shop these on your own time. Like I said, a lot of these I don't have, they are on my TBR, but first let's start with all the books that I do have at the moment. It might be repetitive because some of these books I have mentioned, and books that I'm reading at the moment, books that I shopped when I did a haul and things like that. Yeah, let's just start with the list. These are all the physical books that I have from my TBR list. So start with the two books that I'm currently reading right now. I am currently reading The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I don't really know how you say his name. No comment on the book yet. I'm just showing you what I'm reading right now. It's on my TBR. Next, I'm also reading People Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. She's also the author of Beach Read, which is a book that I've talked about on my channel a few times already. Another book that's also on my TBR, but this one is romance, and then this one is like thriller slash horror. One is called Bunny by Mona Awad. It's a novel. It is a horror book. It's not YA, although it kind of looks like it. This is also on my TBR. It's kind of a short read. Can't wait to get into this. Then She Was Gone. This is, I think, a thriller book by Lisa Jewell. I've heard a lot about this book. That's why I picked it up in my last trip to Barnes & Noble. This book I've had for quite a while. It is by Jojo Moyes. It's called Perish for One. Also, apologize if I'm not saying the names of these authors right. I have a problem with pronouncing names right, so I apologize for that in advance. So this author she wrote the series Me Before You, which was actually turned into a movie. I love the movie, love the books. I have two books from that series. I never actually finished those, but I do love the movie. And it's one of those things where the movie is so good that I'm kind of scared that the book's probably maybe not as good, but I think it's going to be. Books are usually better than movies. But anyways, this one also in my TBR. I started reading this book, have not finished it, so I'm probably going to start from the beginning. And then another book that's on my TBR was a book that I DNF'd last year, and that's because I just couldn't get into it and I had to put it down multiple times. But I think I'm gonna give this book another try this year, just because some people say this is a book that it's like their favorite book of all time, and that's Where the Crow Does Sing by Delia Owens. I've heard amazing things about this book. It just wasn't for me the first few times I started reading it, and I was like page 70 and still wasn't doing it for me. But I'm going to attempt to read this again. Another book that's on my TBR for this year is also my first Colleen Hoover book, is It Ends With Us. Planning on doing a reading blog for this book. I am horrible at reading blogs, still getting the hang of it, but I really want to make a very special one for this book because Colleen Hoover is supposed to be like a queen of writers right now, so I'm very excited to pick this one up. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the books that I don't physically have that I'm gonna try to find either on Kindle Unlimited or purchase a Barnes & Noble or something like that. The first book on my TBR that I cannot believe I haven't read it yet, because this book is so overly hyped that I'm afraid that when I actually pick it up, I am not gonna like it. Although it might be impossible because I just like love the last book I read by this author. It is The 7 Husbands on Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm gonna put a picture over here. You might be familiar with this book, but I am very excited to finally pick up this book. The next book that I have on my TBR list for 2022 is To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mays. By Ella Mays, I'm gonna put a picture over here, although you might be familiar with this one as well. Next we have All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. Pictures over here. I've heard a lot of good things about this author. I know she has a lot of books, and that might be my first one by her. Next we have the Twisted series, so Twisted Love, Twisted Games, and I think there's a new one coming out. I'm gonna put the pictures over here by Anna Huang. Back to one of my favorite genres, I'm going to be also adding to my TBR A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I think it's called, by Holly Jackson. I think that's also a series. I'm gonna put a picture over here. Next we have another Colleen Hoover book, pictures over here. This is gonna be Verity. I love horror, I love thriller books, so this one I'm very looking forward to it. Next we have what might be my first Christina Lauren book, even though I'm still thinking about which one's gonna be my first one. So that's gonna be The Honeymooners. Picture is going to be over here. And then one by Christina Lauren, also Love and Other Words. I've heard amazing things about this book, so I'm like very excited for it. Book, it really depends on how much I enjoy. The one that I'm reading right now by him is going to be Maidens by Alex Michaelides. He also wrote The Silent Patient, and I haven't heard too much about this book, but I've seen a few book talkers and booktubers talk about it. I'm gonna put a picture of the cover over here. Another series, this one's called One of Us is Lying. This one is by another fellow Karen M. McCannis. I think that's how you say her name. And then next we have The Love Hypothesis by Ailey Hazelwood. Picture over here. I've honestly heard a lot of mixed reviews about this book, so we'll see how much I like it. I do love a good cheesy romance, and I love the whole workaholic trope, so excited about that one. And then next we have two like kind of new books that just came out this year that I haven't really heard any reviews about yet. There's the background though, so my dog's drinking water. They are very noisy. And yeah, so I have kind of brand new right now. One of them is The May by Nita Prose. I think that might be like a thriller horror kind of genre. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't read too much, it just looked interesting. And then lastly we have Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. I think that's also a thriller, so you know that genre, probably one of my favorites. But that's my TBR for the moment, so feel free to let me know down in the comments what else I should add to this book, to this list. Honestly, don't even have close to 100 books. I'm planning on reading 100 books this year, so help a girl out and leave me your suggestions, recommendations, what else I should add to my list. Going to the second part of this video where we're going to be unboxing my Kindle, and I am so excited for that, so stay tuned. We've got my Kindle here. I'm pretty sure this is the Kindle, although it's not like heavy enough, but I think this is the Kindle. And then I also got a case for it. This is what it comes in. I hope it comes with the charger. The box is like so small. I have no idea what this is gonna look like. Like I said, my very first Kindle. So I'm gonna try not to wreck the box too much. Here it is. Yes, it does come with a charger. I got the white one. I didn't want to get the black one. It just looked kind of weird and like ugly, and I just didn't want that one. It's so cute. Oh my god. This is so exciting. I don't really get it. Is that already like the screen? Oh, that's how it turns on. It was gonna be like black and white. So it's turning on. I don't really know how this works. You connect it to Wi-Fi. I might sound stupid, but I've never had a Kindle before. Now I like choose my language, which is gonna be English, United States. It started. Now it says preparing my device. So that might take a while. So we're gonna put this down and then I'm gonna start unboxing the case for this. Hopefully I got the right size because like I said, I have no knowledge of Kindles whatsoever. First case for it. Fit like, uh-oh. It might be a little bigger actually, right? I would have the wrong case size. This is too big. So no knowledge of Kindles whatsoever. I meant it. This is so cute and I want the same one, but I'm gonna take care of the whole exchanging the case later. And how fragile can this really be? I'm just gonna be really careful with it. Guys, I need to connect to Wi-Fi. That's the next step. Ended up finishing setting up my Kindle and I got the Kindle Unlimited and I'm super excited to start reading on this device. And yeah, I'm just excited for my new Kindle experience. I'm a little bummed out that my case was the wrong size. I think this was bound to happen because I just didn't really know even the size of my Kindle. So I'll update you guys on all my Kindle reads, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here because I don't have anything else to say. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, give me all the reading recommendations that you have. Also should add to my 2022 TBR list, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.